Hey guys, Casual Gamer 84. Welcome back to the game room. And in 2022, actually, we're quarter three of 2022. There are a lot of games that you probably missed out on that you should check out. So if you want to know why I came to this conclusion and how you can get them cheap, stick around. Alright, guys, thanks for sticking around. So, what brought me to this conclusion, we're going to blame it on Lord of the Rings, more specifically, Rings of Power. So, the TV show came out on Amazon, Rings of Power. I think it's got mixed reviews, bad reviews, no one likes it. That's neither here nor there. I like the show. But before I started the show, it had been some years before I watched the Lord of the Rings. Since I watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Hobbit trilogy. The Hobbit is the lesser of the two trilogies, in my opinion. But needless to say, I watched those 6 films. Yes, a lot of time watching those 6 films. And then I watched Rings of Power. And I liked Rings of Power. So I thought, while I'm waiting for the next episode to come out on Amazon, because it's a weekly release every Friday, how can I get more Middle Earth? How can I do that? So I knew that there were some PS2 games, Lord of the Rings PS2 games. And I thought about, picking those up, or actually, looking through my collection to see if I've got them, to be honest. I know first world problems, right? So then I just done a quick Google search, Lord of the Rings games, Middle Earth games, things like that. So I found out that there's a series, 2 games in the series to my knowledge, Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor, and then the sequel to that is Middle Earth Shadow of War. So those are 2 games that I've not played. They've been out for a minute. I've got one in front of me here. This one says 2018 is the date on the back, so I would say it's probably about the time that it came out. So you're looking at 4 years. The game's been out 4 years. I didn't play it, and I've seen it a few times and had no clue that I would like it. I didn't know if it was that my style of game. But something that I did have was Shadow of Mordor. I had on Xbox. I have it digitally. But it's the Game of the Year edition, so it's got all the DLC and stuff already. You may be asking yourself, casual gamer, how do you have this game and you've not played it? Well, I bought an Xbox One years ago. It's been a while. And when I bought it on the premise that it already had like 20 games downloaded on it. So essentially what happened in that purchase, I purchased that individual's Microsoft account. And I think there was a fee associated. I'm not 100% on that, so if I'm wrong, correct me down below. I think there's some kind of fee that you can pay to change the username of the Xbox account. And of course you then change the password and all that. So he gave me all that information. I changed it over so it's mine now. I changed the password, and that was one of the games that was on there, Shadow of Mordor. I never played it. I actually uninstalled it and thought I'll probably never play that game. It didn't seem like my style of game. So we fast forward years later. Let me actually look when Shadow of Mordor released. But we fast forward years later, and I want more Middle Earth, more Lord of the Rings. And then I found out that those were Lord of the Rings games. For whatever reason, the whole Middle Earth thing did not dawn on me. And maybe I thought it was like a turn-based RPG or something. I don't know what I was thinking. So it was on there, so I reinstalled it and played it. And I have to say, I really am enjoying it. I'm probably half to 3/4 of the way through it, um, and I really like it. So it is a think Assassin's Creed, um, but pump up the volume like 10. Uh, it's a really good game. So Shadow of Mordor came out in 2014. So we're looking at 8 years ago this game came out. Actually, 8 years, the 30th of this month, it came out. Uh, and I had not played it. It's a third person action role playing game. Um, a lot of fun. There's a lot of like leveling up your character, side quest, and it's got a difficulty level that's there. It's not overwhelming, but it's not like too easy. Um, so you do have to level your character up as you go. So, needless to say, that was one that I have not played, and it's an Xbox game, so it's one that I missed. Um, so another one that I missed is it has a sequel. That is Middle Earth: Shadow of War. So I ordered it on eBay. It was new, and it is the definitive edition, so it comes with all the DLC and everything with it. And I think I give like $1.50 or something for it. Then shipping on top of that. Let me look here real quick and I'll see. Again, I've not played this one yet. I did pop it in because it is on Game Pass, but I wanted the definitive edition. I wanted all the DLC, and I figured if I could get it cheap, why not? $1.54 is what I paid for it. $1.54 plus shipping. I think it was like $3 shipping. So under $5, I picked this up. And I suspect it's going to be a really good game because the first one, again, was a really good game. So, although I did just now see 4 Xbox Series X in my local Walmart on the shelf, which was a nice sight to see. There's a lot of places that don't have that. The PS5, I'm yet to see one on a shelf anywhere. So, while you're still waiting for that next gen to come out, you can probably go back, I guarantee it, and find a game that you missed that you will enjoy, and you will think, wow, how did I miss this game? That's what happened to me. So in these games, you can get them cheap because technically, it's last generation. Um, so Walmart's or big box stores, Target, Best Buy, even they're all the time clearancing these games out, and you can get them cheap. Sometimes $3, sometimes $5. $10. You can get these games cheap. eBay, you can get them cheap there. And GameStop, I know. Well, GameStop. I've not had any issues with my local GameStop. I just know how to play the game with them, I guess. There's certain things they're not going to give you anything for, and certain things that they want way too much for, so on and so forth. But they're all the time running specials where you like buy 2 get 2, 4 games, $9.99 and under for $20, so on and so forth. And some of those games are good games. I would suspect, that's what I was going to look up. I would suspect that Shadow of Mordor is probably $5 range if you pick it up at GameStop. Shadow of Mordor, Xbox One, Game of the Year Edition, $8. I was wrong, so $7.99. PS4, it is $6.99, so a little cheaper on the PS4. If that's what something that you're interested in. I think that's the Game of the Year edition. So if you just wanted like the standard edition, it's $6.99. I'd get the Game of the Year edition. It would just make the most sense to me to do that. But fun games. And it's just the one example that I'm giving. I can assure you from my experience and probably the experience of many others. There's a lot of games you miss. Still to this day, I'm finding games on the NES that I missed out on, and I'm like, wow, why didn't I play this game? Illusion of God was one recently. Blew my mind. So there's definitely games out there to play while you're waiting to secure that PS5 or that Xbox Series X. You just got to get out there and look for them. But if you're looking for a Assassin's Creed style game, definitely recommend Shadow of Mordor. And I can't really recommend Shadow of War because I've not played it. Like, the storyline may completely just fall off for me. I don't know. But Shadow of Mordor is good. Shadow of War. What little I played testing it out, mechanics are there and it's the same. So I would suspect that it's probably a good game as well. And I actually think Middle-earth Shadow of War, you might be able to get like Five Below for like $5 or $10 or something like that. So it's a relatively affordable game. And I don't know what it is at GameStop. Let me look it up real quick and I will tell you. So, Shadow of War, I guess that was the one that I just looked up. That was actually Shadow of War's $8.99, Shadow of Mordor $7.99, so $1 cheaper on Shadow of Mordor. Shadow of War $6.99 and Mordor $6.99 on PS4. So there you go, guys. Do me a favor and down below, let me know what's a game that you've played recently, or I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be recently. It can be whenever that you played, but you missed it when it came out, and you played that game some years later, and it just completely blew your mind how much you liked that game. And you're surprised that you missed it. So guys, play some games. Play some games that you think you may not like. You may like them. Find some old games. Play those. Have fun. So guys, thanks for watching. You know what to do. Do all that stuff. There's stuff up here telling you what to do. Guys, thanks for watching. Until next time.